10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good, under here, roll under the bed.
Slide over here, slide over here, you drop on the shots like this, you go here, here, here,
If I get him where I need him to be, he's gonna sleep for sure. Soften him up, then fry him.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly reunited with Gervonta Davis for an intense training session ahead of the much-anticipated Jake Paul showdown. Despite their previous tensions, the boxing legend appears fully committed to sharpening Tank's skills and guiding him under the spotlight.
Fans, the real ones that know that this is no easy fight. Very skilled, and I'm gonna go on the line and say this may be the most skillful person that Tank has faced thus far.
I just don't want to look bad come fight night. My biggest fear is being embarrassed, especially in front of like all these people, like worldwide. Then you be like, come this mean for that, like, you know, like I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to go out and get my butt kicked.
Many fans believe Mayweather's guidance adds crucial experience for Davis, especially against an unpredictable opponent like Jake Paul. Their reunion has fueled excitement and speculation, hinting that this fight is far more serious than expected.
Things right now, they want to see nothing but excitement. They want to be entertained. They don't want to pay a lot of money to come to a fight to watch two guys just jab, grab.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has earned a reputation for pushing beyond his limits in every training camp, and this one is no exception. Recent footage and insider reports reveal him honing his speed, precision, and devastating power with relentless focus. Coaches note how sharp and explosive he's looked, moving with urgency while maintaining total control of his punches. His footwork appears faster than ever, allowing him to glide effortlessly around the ring. Understanding that this matchup demands absolute perfection, Davis is leaving no room for mistakes. From angles and reflex drills to defensive movement, every session shows his dedication. Tank's mindset remains unchanged. Stay ready, stay hungry, and stay dangerous, no matter who stands across from it. Leonard Ellaby has voiced complete confidence in Gervonta "Tank" Davis's star power, claiming no fighter today delivers pure entertainment like he does. Fans don't just watch Tank to see him win. They watch to feel the thrill. According to Ellaby, audiences crave more than a routine boxing match. They want suspense, danger, and explosive knockouts that define Tank's career. His victories create moments that echo across highlight reels and online debates, cementing his legacy as a true showman. Tank understands the responsibility that comes with fame. People demand excitement for their money, and he delivers every time. The Jake Paul fight, controversy aside, offers yet another stage for Tank to prove he's boxing's ultimate entertainer.
Things right now, they want to see nothing but excitement. They want to be entertained. They don't want to pay a lot of money to come to a fight to watch two guys just jab, grab. Again, that's why Tank Davis is the most exciting fighter in the entire world, because he gives the fans exactly what they want.
And speaking of familiarity, you mentioned that earlier. This is somewhat of a familiar foe in Oscar De La Hoya via Ryan Garcia, Floyd Mayweather, Tank Davis. There's some old connotations there. How much is Mayweather Promotions and PBC looking to deal a blow to the Golden Boy brand by knocking out their stalwart in Ryan Garcia?
Oh, that's happening. And then again, it's always good. You know, it's great. It'll be great for Tank.
Paulie Malignaggi has voiced strong concerns about boxing's direction, insisting the sport must protect its soul. In his view, the upcoming clash between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Jake Paul feels more like a spectacle than genuine competition. He warns that decades of boxing legacy are being overshadowed by fame and scripted drama rather than skill and merit. Malik Nagy argues that when victories aren't earned against true equals, even the most dramatic knockouts lose their emotional impact. While casual fans may cheer, purists grow disheartened, fearing the sport's integrity is slipping away. Speaking with Chris Algieri, Malik Nagy emphasized that mismatches damage boxing's reputation and urged a return to elite, skill-based matchups that honor its tradition.
Knockouts, dude. Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a degree, you can. To a degree. I mean, you can't. Yeah, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist,
champions.
If he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. The way we did when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know, the way they did when Mike Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No, because he fought everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time before.
Teddy Ellis will 100% agree with this.
With the expense of
Witherspoon. We're afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all, doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract issues with King at the time. Oh, except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when are you going to fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something. He still knocked out everyone. There was nobody there in that era.
Didn't say it was related. It was the same as the Tyson era. Didn't say it at all. I was actually going to say the opposite when you talk about Trinidad.
Floyd Mayweather's influence in boxing remains unparalleled, and the latest rumors surrounding him only reinforce his enduring presence. Analysts believe his reported interest in facing Mike Tyson is another example of his refusal to fade quietly into retirement. Even after hanging up the gloves, Mayweather continues to chase attention and competition, driven not by money, but by a desire to control his legacy. Sharing headlines with Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul may have reignited that familiar spark within him, reminding fans that he still commands global star power. Whether the Tyson fight materializes or not, one thing is certain. Floyd always ensures the spotlight finds its way back to him.
Many celebrities and so many people that are known, where you can get somebody and they can sell tickets to events. That's what kicked off the social media influence boxing that Jake Paul was birthed from. Now we're in a vacuum. And so there's going to be a lot of conversation about that and continuing to do that. In this particular video, though, I want to get into the mind of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and why Floyd Mayweather Jr. would do this. There is the money, but there's also the competitive nature of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and him not wanting to have other people think that they're a bigger star than he is. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been able to really launch his star outside of the sport of boxing, so he continues to do exhibitions. Now, what I think is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is announced it at this point in time with Mike Tyson in order to take advantage of the publicity heading into the Gervonta Davis Jake Paul fight, which is, I do believe, set for November. So now that they have all the publicity and all that stuff coming out from that, he's going to piggyback on it and then try to have it in the beginning of next year sometime and actually make it a bigger event than Gervonta versus Jake Paul. And it probably will be. And the reason that I say that is because of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is bigger than Floyd. Let me say Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. I still think his name is bigger than Floyd Mayweather, even though I know Floyd has made more money in the pay-per-views. And I think that had a lot to do with, again, social media area and otherwise. But the combination of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson and the question about what is going to happen in that fight.
Eddie Hearn maintains that while entertainment is an essential part of boxing, it should never dictate matchmaking. He cautions that if social media fame starts deciding who earns world-class fights, the sport's credibility will suffer. In his view, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Jake Paul is a crossover spectacle, exciting for fans, lucrative for promoters, but questionable in sporting integrity. Hearn emphasizes that true competition must always come first. If hype continues to outweigh rankings, future generations may mistake celebrity bouts for real championship boxing. His stance is clear. Boxing must protect its authenticity, not become a storyline powered by viral culture and fame.
To a global business with investment and potential floats, and it's been a great challenge.
Away from that, obviously the DAZN deal is up next year. Are those talks underway to extend, or are you looking elsewhere? What can you tell me?
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, we're very happy with the DAZN. I think what they've enabled us to do is to really have the global ambition and global strategy that I wanted, and that was really a big part of my mindset moving forward in boxing. We know there's a lot of other platforms out there that might have had broadcast deals end, that would be looking to replace those people, and we are very well respected in the space. I don't think it would be difficult for us to walk into another broadcast deal, but we're very happy with the DAZN as partners, and as I said, the strategic element of that. I mean, when we talk about the power list and stuff like that, we have international deals with the DAZN in multiple markets, and obviously particularly the US market, which makes us unique as a business. And I actually believe that the DAZN are in a fantastic place, particularly in the US market right now. And we are in deep talks to extend that relationship, and we're very happy with our broadcast partner.
Eddie, just whilst I've got you, obviously just a few things I'd like an update on. We last time we spoke, Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul seemed to be the front runner for you guys. Now we're getting Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. What can you tell me about that? What can you tell me about why Jake and Anthony has maybe been put to the side for now?
Yeah, they always told us that it was, we were looking at that fight for February of next year, and they always said that there was a chance that Jake would fight in November. I think, wasn't I the one that broke Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis 6 months ago or something? I knew that they'd agree that deal. I didn't know they were about to announce it then. But I did know that they'd agreed that deal previously. So I don't like it, if I'm honest. I mean, I think we need to really differentiate between boxing and an entertainment concept, and that's what that is. It's a freak show, it's entertainment, it's a lightweight fighting a cruiserweight, with, I don't know, is it bigger gloves and certain minutes per round? I don't know what it is, but I understand the market, and I understand this freak show shock kind of the world mentality of people potentially tuning in. Is that a step too far? Maybe. I mean, I hated Jake Paul against Mike Tyson, but it did massive numbers. I hate Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis. It'll probably do massive numbers. So that's when you really have to differentiate yourself between, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it isn't going to do good business. Now, whether you want to be involved with it is another kettle of fish. I don't want to be involved with it, but I do respect the fact that it's going to do big numbers. It's just not boxing. And I don't think we should promote it as boxing.
In the meantime then, Eddie, where does that leave you with Anthony Joshua? Are you exploring other options for the end of this year, or are you still looking at that fight for the beginning?
Yeah, no, we're not interested in the Jake Paul fight right now. After that, I mean,
The Wade Concept host breaks down the psychological warfare behind Jake Paul's approach to boxing. Jake isn't just a fighter. He's a calculated strategist who understands how to attract major names to the business side of the sport. By flaunting luxury, guaranteeing massive paydays, and embracing controversy, he's mastered the art turning criticism into opportunity. For Gervonta Tank Davis, a fighter who thrives on silencing doubters, Jake's bold taunts and fearless confidence became irresistible bait. Paul's strategy works flawlessly. He transforms negativity into profit, using viral moments to gain leverage and pull elite boxers into his orbit. The mental game, it seems, is just as crucial as a physical one.
But also, and again, Jake's only been boxing for 5, 6, 7 years now. It isn't necessarily far-fetched to try to have his own advantages when trying to fight other boxers that have been far more experienced than him. But this one's a little too much, right? This one is crazy because of the massive weight difference. It doesn't make a ton of sense. But again, as far as a sport fight is concerned, I want to make sure I make that clear. Again, this is not me hating on it, because I do think that both guys have been very upfront with what they're doing in this fight and what their goals are with these kind of events. But the narrative Jake's trying to create is if this is like proving anything for him fighting a real fighter when Gervonta is so much smaller than he is, it'll prove something in the fact that Jake is willing to put on great events, but it won't prove anything to the people that are asking him to fight a real fighter. I will say though, if Jake goes out and flatlines Gervonta, the casual audience that will say Gervonta smokes Jake completely and utterly, like it wouldn't even be close, that will change their minds a little bit. Not the people that know boxing, but the people that are going to watch this, the casual viewer that know the name Gervonta Davis and know the name Jake Paul. If he is to compete with Gervonta at all or look good in that fight, people will in some way accept that. Or they'll do the other thing where they just say the fight's rigged, which has never been the case, but you get what I'm saying. What Jake is doing is trying to convince a casual audience that he belongs in the ring with bigger names. He's able to hurt Gervonta at all. That might actually do it.
The undefeated lightweight champion of the world with a record of 30-0, 28 knockouts. And this one is over! He's been boxing since he was 5 years old and turned pro when he was 18.
Showbiz argues that reducing Gervonta tanked Davis's motivation to money alone is an oversimplification. While the purse is massive, Tank's drive goes beyond paychecks. It's about pride, legacy, and dominance. The knockout bonus adds fuel to the fire, ensuring one thing: Tank won't fight cautiously. For a competitor of his caliber, the promise of extra reward for a stoppage transforms every punch into a statement and every round into a hunt. This isn't about surviving. It's about making a statement that echoes. Tank's goal is clear: to finish Jake Paul emphatically, give fans an unforgettable spectacle, and remind the boxing world that losing is never an option for him.
You guys told me that Gervonta Tank Davis is just taking this fight for a payday. He's just trying to get to the bag. Well, you got the fight itself, which is a payday, and you got a KO bonus on top of that, a big bonus. That's what Jake Paul said.
They're gonna get a big, big bonus.
And they got a side bet of $2 million. Let's make it 2.
Yeah, man, Shake on it. Yeah. Shake on it.
Shake on
Shake on
it.
it. 2 mil? 2 mil? 2 mil. Let's do it. 2 mil. Go get it, shake.
Oh, they're shaking left here.
2 mil. There we go.
Oh, my fuck. Why not get the entire bag?
Analysts present a grim outlook for Jake Paul's chances against Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank possesses an almost supernatural ring IQ, reading reactions, predicting mistakes, and exploiting openings with lethal precision, while Jake carries respectable power. Landing anything significant on a fighter with Tank's reflexes and timing is a completely different challenge than he's ever faced. Experts warn that once Tank closes a distance, Jake will experience a level of speed, accuracy, and force that no sparring session can simulate. Jake's confidence may be unshakable, but Tank's experience is a great equalizer. One perfectly timed punch could end the fight instantly, exposing the vast divide between influencer boxing and true elite skill.
Tank Davis look crazy, bro. Chilaquiles. Gervonta Tank Davis hitting a heavy bag in preparation for his Jake Paul fight November 14th down there in Florida. Man looks absolutely amazing. Man looks like a monster. Man looks like precision. Jake Paul cannot take those body shots. You mean to tell me somebody who done fought UFC fighters and a man with Parkinson's disease can take a body punch from Gervonta Tank Davis, and y'all basing y'all logic just because Jake Paul is big? No, Tank's gonna go ahead and put this man to sleep. I'm telling y'all that right now. If Tank don't put this man to sleep, he done let the black community down, he done let boxing down, and he ain't never been that nice. You Tank fans, y'all trying to give him a pass. If y'all said Tank is as skilled as y'all say he is, if he does not put Jake Paul to sleep and stop Jake Paul, his boxing career is absolutely voided. He already don't care about legacy, and just imagine he don't knock out Jake Paul, and now y'all want to say it's not a real fight, it's an exhibition. No, we not giving no passes, bro. This Gervonta Tank Davis, he needs to put Jake Paul to sleep. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Jake Paul too big. No, Jake Paul chin ain't never been tested by somebody that hit as hard as Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank should put this man to sleep with ease. I say that respectfully. If you don't put him to sleep,
a 2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
That's a 2-pack of ass at the highest level, and it's a musty energy at the highest level. Get it together. Get it together. Tank looks amazing. That's the Chilla Killers.
Chilla Killers. Chilla Killers.
Bernie Thaw, veteran boxer, doesn't mince words when discussing this matchup. He mocks fans who focus solely on Gervonta Tank Davis earning another massive payday, arguing they're missing the real point. Tank has already made millions. The money isn't the story anymore. What true boxing fans want is a genuine test, a fight that keeps them breathless with uncertainty. Bernie insists that boxing's lifeblood is danger, drama, and moments where both fighters have everything to lose. Spectators don't come for financial headlines. They come for greatness. In his view, the sport must always prioritize thrilling, competitive battles over bank accounts and hype.
With Tank, and it's I kind of don't really care about the fight no more. Starting to lose a little steam.
But I'm saying, I mean, if he stops Pitbull Cruz, right? I mean, don't you think that people would want to see, Lamont and Tank more due to the fact that, Tank had a hard time with Pitbull?
No. I think people just want to see Tank versus Lamont because Lamont, he had a hard time with Lamont. It's just like Devin and Ryan Garcia. People just like controversy. People just like, you know what I'm saying? So people want to see finished business. They don't want to leave it unfinished. And that's what the intrigue is. They want to people want to see finished business. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the intrigue of the fight. And it doesn't make no sense why they taking so fucking fight. Everybody keeps saying that, Tank getting the money, but is we getting the fucking money?
Does Mayweather's mentorship give Tank the ultimate advantage? Or are fans once again underestimating Jake Paul's strategy? Share your thoughts below.